Now on Coast TV News.
Crossroad congestion. What Millsboro officials are looking to accomplish when they meet later today with Deldot over improving traffic flow near the downtown area.
Courthouse home.
We were really in dire straits and needed this courthouse.
We look at the new Sussex County Family Courthouse in Georgetown and why those who practice law say it was needed.
Not as cold this morning, tracking a beautiful breezy Wednesday on the peninsula as the dry weather continues. But for how long? I'll have the details ahead.
Delaware drives health. What is being proposed to increase health care and build up a health workforce in the state's rural areas?
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Grace, we're on a Wednesday. It's middle part of the week.
We are.
Middle part of the month.
Which is pretty impressive. Everyone always says it, but November, I won't be a cliche. But at least today, a Wednesday, it's nicer than it was yesterday. We have a
little bit warmer.
warmer.
I'd say noticeably warmer.
Noticeably warmer. And Chris Mastrobona, our first alert meteorologist. Chris, it is going to be just a little more mild today.
We're going to keep the breezy conditions in play, but we are going to be much milder than where we were at yesterday, where we only had highs in the low to mid 40s. As we take a live look into Ocean City, 44, that was our high in Georgetown yesterday. So to kind of give you an idea of what we're working with this morning, a little cooler away from the coast, the cool spot, Harrington, 34, 37 in Seaford. We're at 35 in Long Neck and 33 in Salisbury. We have a southwest wind flow, so that's what's kind of helping us this morning and throughout the day today. We had a weak disturbance pass through overnight. That didn't really amount to much. The atmosphere is so dry that none of that moisture did hit the surface. We do have some snow showers up across the Poconos, central New York. Cold front back off to the west. That's a weak front that's going to be pushing through later on tonight. Again, not providing us with any rain. It's going to be just kind of a change of wind direction. So a breezy sunshine, we're going to call it for our day today. Staying dry and pleasant really over the next few days. And we don't really see rain chances arrive until over the weekend. And they're going to be small rain chances. Does not look like a washout of a weekend. Wall-to-wall sunshine through the morning and afternoon will top out in the mid to upper 50s across the area, with those winds coming out of the southwest gusting to 25, 30 miles an hour. We'll talk more about the rain chances over the weekend in that full 7-day forecast a little bit later on.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour is the potential changes to a busy intersection in Millsboro. We're talking Delaware Avenue and Route 24.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Millsboro at that intersection. And Elisa, this idea was first proposed in July as a way to improve traffic congestion and safety in the area.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now we are at that intersection of Delaware Avenue and Route 24 in Millsboro. As you can see right now, we are at the stop sign portion of the intersection. This is a two-way stop, and at that meeting back in July, leaders said they were ready for stop signs to be installed 4 ways, but they needed approval from Deldot. And during busy hours of the day, this roadway is filled with cars. And today the Millsboro Deldot committee is meeting with Deldot representatives. And we did speak with someone who lives right by this intersection to learn what it's like to actually live here day to day. And that meeting with Deldot will take place this afternoon at 12:30. Back to you.
Lisa Weber in Millsboro, thank you for that. New this morning, after breaking ground in June of 2022, the new Sussex County Family Courthouse has been operating in Georgetown for about a week. The new facility is 107,000 square feet. It includes 8 large courtrooms. County officials say the building is undergoing a soft opening right now. Family law attorney Thomas Gay has been practicing law for 32 years and has already had 2 hearings in the new facility. Says the difference in this courthouse is huge.
As the population expands in Sussex County and as the amount of, unfortunately, divorces and custody cases expand, we were really in dire straits and needed this courthouse.
And on Coast TV News this evening, we will show you inside the new courthouse.
Today, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer, alongside state health officials and leaders at BB Health in Lewis, will announce details of a $1 billion application submitted by the state of Delaware to the Rural Health Transformation Program. Projects in the application are focused on expanding access to quality care and building up a strong rural healthcare workforce. That event begins at 11 a.m. in Lewis.
And later today, the Ocean Pines Water Wastewater Advisory Board is looking at its fiscal year 2026 capital projects including caustic stainless steel tank replacement with an estimated cost of $20,000, $35,000 for a well chlorine contact tank inspection, and $85,000 for developing the scope of work to bid out for its management plan. These are all part of the Ocean Pines water distribution.
People in Lewis may have some hours left to provide input on DENREC's plans to clean up contaminated property in the area. According to the agency, the Division of Waste and Hazardous Substances is proposing a cleanup plan for the Will King Station site. Officials say that the property has a history of dumping that includes construction debris, auto parts, and household trash. One proposed idea requires DENREC to monitor groundwater contamination and regular testing. The public comment period ends today at 4:30 p.m.
Also in Lewis, we got discussion and possible action regarding the 4th Street Preserve. According to the agenda, the project task force is looking at the master implementation plan and the cost estimates with that. It was over the weekend that the Delaware Master Naturalist program began the first phase of invasive plant removal at the 4th Street Preserve. Subcommittee meets this afternoon at 2.
The Harry K. Foundation with the Food Bank of Delaware and Purdue Farms say they're giving out 1,000 Thanksgiving meal boxes as part of the annual Thanksgiving for All initiative. That's happening today. They say local school representatives will pick up the boxes from the Milford branch of the Food Bank of Delaware for distribution to pre-identified families who are at risk of going without a Thanksgiving meal.
And we are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. The House of Representatives is preparing to vote today on a bill to finally end the 43-day-long government shutdown. It is a bill that already cleared the Senate and funds the government through the end of January.
If it passes, President Donald Trump could sign it into law tonight, reopening the government. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how questions remain about how quickly air travel can get back to full capacity and when SNAP recipients will get full assurance to their food.
On what could be the final day of the nation's longest government shutdown, House members are racing back to Washington to cast a critical vote on the Senate-passed short-term funding bill.
Welcome back from your taxpayer-funded 7-week vacation.
Democratic leadership slamming the House Speaker's move to keep members out of session while the shutdown dragged on as Republicans pin the pain on Democrats.
For 42 days and counting, Democrats have held the country hostage.
House Democrats set to vote against the deal a breakaway group of Senate moderates agreed to, angered that it does nothing to address the central sticking point of lowering health care costs and extending Affordable Care Act tax credits.
Health care costs are still poised to double or even triple for some folks practically overnight.
With a newly elected Democrat being sworn in today, House Republicans can only afford to lose 2 votes. It is expected to pass and secure President Trump's signature.
We're opening up our country. Should have never been closed.
Relief can't come soon enough for the nation's airports, where flight delays and cancellations are growing.
It has to be the shutdown. What else could it be? This has never happened to me before.
The Transportation Secretary warning the situation driven by staffing shortages will get much worse if the shutdown stretches into the weekend.
If this doesn't open, you might have airlines that say, we're gonna ground our planes.
A lot on the line in the final push to get the government back in business. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Tonight, the Delaware Division of Paid Leave is expected to provide more information on its paid leave program. According to the division, the program provides financial support to people facing significant life events. Officials say this could include caring for a sick loved one or a new baby. The division is hosting a Zoom meeting today at 5:30 p.m.
Providing input on outdoor trails across Sussex County. That's the opportunity people have today in Milton. A public forum is expected regarding the study on the Georgetown-Lewis Trail connection to Milton. Organizers say Deldot, along with state representatives, will be in attendance to discuss the feasibility of a shared use path. It all takes place at Dogfish Head Brewery in Milton at 5:30 p.m.
Deldot is continuing its work on plans for the U.S. Route 9, State Route 16 and 24 corridor. The department says the project aims to improve traffic flow on several busy highways in Sussex County. This is the area of focus. It's located near Milton and Harbison. There's an update meeting on this from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Deldot Administration Building in Dover or online.
And we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, worldwide redesign starts in Sussex. Why Ford says it chose Millsboro to usher in a new look for its dealerships.
Also, rare Delmarva display. We'll take a look at the northern lights on the peninsula and tell you when you could have another chance to catch the celestial occurrence.
Still ahead, fighting merchant fees. The new deal between Visa and MasterCard in stores that could lower costs. And First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono is in the winter centers. There you see him right there, and we check in with him next.
Well, while all of us on the morning shift were sleeping last night, the Northern Lights put on quite a show across the peninsula. This is courtesy of Mike Dempsey of Milton, Delaware. You see those pink and green hues across the landscape there. And this is from Megan Stack of Lewis, Delaware. Another beautiful shot there. We're seeing one of the strongest solar storms in years. In fact, we've had two ejections of CME from the sun here over the last few days, and we expect a third today. And you see those pink hues represent the nitrogen in the upper level of the atmosphere. The purple and the blue hues are the more rare of the colors, and we're expecting another strong ejection of solar flares today from the sun. And that's going to allow for another opportunity to view the Northern Lights this evening. So keep an eye to the skies just after sunset across the Delmarva Peninsula tonight. We'll talk more about the weather ahead, and it's going to be plenty beautiful. I'll bring that for you a little bit later on in the newscast.
Thank you, Chris. Happening today in Lewis, you may notice low water pressure or even discolored water. That's because the Lewis BPW will be conducting hydrant flow testing. So if you do happen to notice some discolored water, officials say to run your cold water for 10 to 15 minutes until it clears up, and just avoid doing your laundry during those tests.
Milford School District is offering people a way to stay healthy this winter season. According to the district, you can register for physicals, immunizations, lead and TB testing, along with other services. Health officials will offer the services on a free, low-cost, or sliding scale cost. This is tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. at Lulu Ross Elementary School.
Visa and MasterCard have come to terms on a deal with retailers that's set to lower merchant fees. The Wall Street Journal says that the agreement would end a 2-decade-old dispute with the merchants, which would result in lowering fees that stores pay while giving them more power to deny some credit cards. Although the deal has been announced, it still requires court approval before it goes into effect.
Billionaire Warren Buffett says don't expect to hear much from him after he retires at the end of the year. Buffett has been CEO of Berkshire Hathaway for more than 50 years. Buffett told shareholders that going forward, he will no longer write a letter to top the company's annual report, but said he still plans to deliver an annual Thanksgiving message and will also step up his philanthropy.
But we have a beautiful Wednesday on our hands today as the breezy conditions are going to continue, and we're going to keep the sunny, dry weather in play through Thursday, Friday. All details when our next chance of rain rolls around just after the break on Coast TV News Today.
Time is 5:17, and you are looking live at the waves rolling onto the Ocean City shore. And Chris, we continue with this dry stretch of weather.
Yeah, we're going to be beautiful today. Plenty of sunshine, but we do need some rain across some parts of Delmarva that are in a moderate drought, believe it or not. Temperatures this morning, not all that bad. We're a bit chilly away from the coast. We're at 34 Harrington, 36 in Seaford, 33 in Salisbury, but we are in the lower 40s across the coast, 41 in Bethany Beach. Winds are out of the southwest, so we're not seeing the lower to mid 20 wind chills like we had this time yesterday. So that is a milder wind, and that is going to be with us today as we're going to be dealing with some pretty nice temperatures through the afternoon. We had a weak disturbance overnight. That really didn't amount to much. What you saw on the radar there did not reach the surface. We did have some snow showers that passed through the Poconos and central New York. Cold front back off to the west that will be pushing through later on tonight. Small craft advisory is up through Thursday at 6 o'clock for those winds as high as 25-30 offshore. And then that extends southward from Ocean City through Assateague Island up through 8 a.m. on Thursday. And then along the Chesapeake Bay from Cambridge down to Crisfield, that runs through 6 a.m. Thursday. We're seeing clear skies out there at the moment. 33 is the cool spot in Salisbury. Plenty of sunshine through the morning. 47 by around 9 on our way to highs. Generally in the mid to upper 50s. 57 in Milford to 57 in Cambridge. Could touch 60 in some locations. 59 in Princess Anne. Clear skies through the afternoon and into the evening. Going to be a nice night to see the northern lights again just after sunset. We start off in the lower to mid 40s for our Thursday. A little cooler, lower to mid 50s after that front passes through tonight, but we stay breezy into the afternoon, and then we're a bit colder into Friday morning, lower to mid 30s as the sunny, dry weather does continue. There's those winds out of the southwest today, gusting to near 25, 30 miles an hour. As we go into the overnight, notice the winds will begin to shift out of the west-northwest, allowing for some cooler air to work in here, and it'll be a windy day tomorrow, but sunny and dry as we get those wind gusts up to 30, 35 miles an hour. Average high is 60. We're going to be hovering right around the mid to upper 50s here over the next few days, and then we do bump it up to the mid to upper 60s on Sunday. Now, Saturday will be a dry day. Clouds will be on the increase as a weak clipper system pushes through. Could see a late overnight shower Saturday into Sunday. Not a complete washout of a weekend as we bump those temperatures up into the mid upper 60s Sunday, and then cooler temperatures behind that front. We're at 57 today. Wall-to-wall sunshine, breezy conditions, 38 for your overnight. Not as cold, and 55 for our Thursday as that sunny, dry weather continues. 57 into Friday, and we are looking at a pretty decent weekend. 56 on your Saturday. Partly sunny skies, and then that chance of showers on Sunday with a high of 66. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. We've been talking about it this morning. Check out this right now. People across the peninsula caught a glimpse of those northern lights Tuesday night. It's rare this far south, but it happens clearly on your screen now. We got some great photos from our viewers in Milton, Lewis, Longneck, Broadkill Beach, and our photographer, Matt Hipspin, was out looking for the lights. There he is. Looks like he found some. And we spoke with some sisters who saw these lights.
Really cool because I really wanted, when I was older, I really wanted to maybe travel to Alaska or something to see them, because it was definitely on my bucket list. So I'm definitely excited that I could see it now.
Yeah, why go to Alaska? We can just go down the street and see the northern lights. Thanks to everyone who shared their photos with us.
And up next on CoastTV News today, worldwide design starts in Sussex. We'll tell you what Ford says will be featured in the new look for thousands of dealerships. Don't go anywhere. The first in a worldwide redesign for one automaker's dealership is being unveiled right here on Delmarva. Ford is introducing what it calls Ford Signature 2.0. It's Millsboro's redesign started back in March of last year and features an open layout with natural light, digital tools, and lounge-style seating aimed at creating a more relaxed, hotel-like experience. The location has chosen due to potential growth and expansion in our area, and Henry Ford's great-granddaughter was even there to cut the ribbon.
Really, our sales associates are just here as guides, as concierges to help you sort of through the process, and you can do it at your own journey. If you want to do most of it at home, or you want to come in the dealership and do all of it, or some version of somewhere in between, we're here to meet you where you're at.
He says that the redesign cost about $12.5 million. The ultimate goal is for all of Ford's 9,000 dealerships worldwide to eventually adopt the concept debuted in Millsboro.
Hope your morning is off to a fantastic start. Delmarva, as we take a live look into Ocean City, not seeing the low to mid 20 wind chills like we had yesterday. 44 degrees there in Ocean City. It's going to be a beautiful morning and afternoon through Ocean City and Fenwick Island. A bit on the breezy side. We'll see those winds gusts upwards of 25 miles an hour in through Lewis. 54 by around noon, as well as Rehoboth under mostly sunny skies. It's going to be a gorgeous afternoon there in Cambridge. We're looking at a high of 54 there, actually 56, excuse me, with temperatures rising through the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine and good viewing tonight for the another round of the northern lights across the area. We have Joan Mazzuchetti of Milton, Delaware. You're the winner of our CoastTV weather umbrella, and you can get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert weather phone. We'll have more on the sunny, dry weather coming up in the next half hour.
And after the break on CoastTV News today, Thanksgiving meal giveaway. We'll tell you how much food the food banks of Delaware aim to provide to families across Sussex County.
Also, Ocean Pines weighs water projects. We look at some of the key items that are part of fiscal year's 2026 capital projects.
And a new courthouse is open in Sussex County. Why some say it's been a long time coming. CoastTV News Today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Boosting better care. The initiative in Delaware to increase the number of healthcare workers and improve healthcare in rural areas.
Crossroad congestion. What Millsboro officials are looking to accomplish when they meet later today with Deldot over improving traffic flow near the downtown area.
Not as cold this morning, tracking a beautiful breezy Wednesday on the peninsula as the dry weather continues. But for how long? I'll have the details ahead.
Trails talk. The plan to connect Milton to the Georgetown-Lewis Trail that is popular with cyclists and walkers.
This is Coast TV News Today.
November 12th. 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us.
It's 5:29. If you're just joining us, we've been checking out those images of the Northern Lights. A lot of you saw them last night here in Delmarva.
And I'm going to speak on the morning heat team's behalf right now. I don't think any of us were awake to actually see them.
I know. I think I'm going to make an effort tonight.
Okay, we'll stay up. We'll set an alarm. We'll wake
You
up.
just take that long nap.
Well, First Alert meteorologist Chris Masterbo is actually telling us there may be another chance, if you missed them last night, to see them today.
That's right, Grace. There's going to be another strong ejection from the sun that's going to allow a solar flare to hit Earth later on today, and we're going to have another opportunity later on this evening, and we're going to have really nice conditions to view it as well. We're expecting clear skies out there this evening. Well, it's a chilly start, not as cold as yesterday morning. We're at 33 right now in Salisbury, and we're not dealing with those bitter wind chills like we had. We're at 39 in Rehoboth, 37 in Milford. You can see wind flow out of the southwest. We're seeing gusts 18 in Indian River Inlet, and they'll pick up through the morning. We're seeing partly cloudy skies across the area, some snow showers across the Poconos. Weak disturbance passed through. Most of that moisture over Delmarva did not reach the ground. That weak front back off to the west will be passing through tonight. So we expect plenty of sunshine through the afternoon today. Winds will gust 25 to 30 miles an hour with temperatures in the 50s. And we're going to continue this sunny, dry streak of weather into Thursday as well. I'll have more details on how long this dry weather sticks around coming up in that full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour is the potential changes to a busy intersection in Millsboro, Delaware Avenue and Route 24.
That is where we have our Lisa Weber, and this idea was first proposed in July as a way to improve traffic congestion and safety in the area. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now we are at the intersection of Delaware Avenue and Route 24 in Millsboro, and this is currently a two-way stop. We are right now at the stop sign portion of this intersection. And at that meeting in July, leaders said that they were ready for stop signs, but they just needed approval from Deldot. And right now we are going through that intersection, as I mentioned. And today, Millsboro Deldot Committee is meeting with Deldot representatives again. Right now, like we mentioned, this area is a two-way stop, and we spoke with someone who lives right by this intersection who told us what it's like to live day by day here with traffic.
It will keep traffic moving, but you have a stoplight at 113, you have a stoplight at Plantation Lake, so it could have a negative effect and back it up. Getting out of my driveway is a concern on some days. We live on, it's called Laurel Road in that section of town, and cars back up past our house, so just getting out of the driveway and can rarely turn west.
And that meeting with Deldot will take place this afternoon at 12:30. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. For just over a week now, after groundbreaking in June 2022, Matt?
Yeah, I'll take this one from here. In June, so we're talking about the Sussex County Family Courthouse has been operating in Georgetown. The new facility is 107,000 square feet and includes 8 large courtrooms. The court says the building is undergoing a soft opening right now. Family law attorney Thomas Gay, who's been practicing for 32 years and has already had 2 hearings in the new facility, says the difference in the courthouse is huge. On Coast TV News this evening, we'll take you inside and show you the new courthouse. New this morning, Delaware is recognizing innovation and entrepreneurship tonight with the announcement of the winners of the updated EDGE 2.0 grant competition. Now, EDGE stands for Encouraging Development, Growth, and Expansion. And it will award $400,000 in the entrepreneur category and $750,000 in the STEM category, along with a $1 million federal award through the State Small Business Credit Initiative. Officials say there is one recipient from Sussex County.
Happening later today, the Ocean Pines Water Wastewater Advisory Board is looking at its fiscal year 2026 capital projects. That includes caustic stainless steel tank replacement with an estimated cost of about $20,000, $35,000 for a well chlorine contact tank inspection, and $85,000 for developing the scope of work to bid out for its management plan. These are all parts of the Ocean Pines water distribution.
Today, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer and state health officials and also some leadership at BB Health in Lewis, they are announcing details of a $1 billion application submitted by the state of Delaware to the Rural Health Transformation Program. Now, this project in the applications are focused on expanding access to quality care and building up a strong rural health care workforce. That announcement is scheduled for 11 a.m. in Lewis.
Providing input on outdoor trails across Sussex County. That's the opportunity people have today in Milton. A public forum is expected regarding the study on the Georgetown-Lewis Trail connection to Milton. Organizers say that Deldot, along with state representatives, will be in attendance to discuss the feasibility of a shared use path. It all takes place at Dogfish Head Brewery in Milton at 5:30.
Harry K. Foundation with the Food Bank of Delaware and Purdue Farms say they are giving out 1,000 Thanksgiving meal boxes. It's part of the annual Thanksgiving for All initiative, and it's happening today. They say local school representatives will pick up the boxes from the Milford branch of the Food Bank of Delaware for distribution to pre-identified families who are at risk of going without a Thanksgiving meal.
We're now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning. For the first time in nearly 2 months, House lawmakers are gathering for floor votes that could help end the government shutdown. They're poised to consider a stopgap funding bill that the Senate has already greenlit. And if the government will reopen, the furloughed workers will return to their jobs.
Amy Kiley shows us how quickly that could impact SNAP benefits and air travel.
If the government reopens, how long will it take for things to get back to normal? Many are asking that question now that the shutdown appears close to ending. Today, the House is set to vote on a stopgap funding bill that's already through the Senate. The president is signaling he'd sign it. If that happens, officials say SNAP benefits could resume promptly.
It appears that we're on a glide path up in Washington where the SNAP benefits will be fully honored, hopefully by the end of this week.
That's likely a relief for the more than 40 million Americans who rely on SNAP for food.
I'm trying to do my best to shield my daughter from how concerned I am, but at the same time, she is seeing the difference in our cupboards. She's seeing the difference in her meals.
The timeline for air travel returning to normal is less certain. The FAA is still forcing flight cancellations due to air traffic controller shortages. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says they'd get 70% of their back pay within 48 hours of the government reopening. But
I'm concerned that we're not going to have on day one controllers come back into the towers right away.
Duffy says he'll rely on data to decide when the FAA can lift shutdown-related flight restrictions.
We're trying to manage risk in the system to make sure people fly and fly safely.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
There may be another Kennedy in Washington, D.C. Jack Schlossberg has announced he is running for Congress. He's the grandson of former President John F. Kennedy. Schlossberg is running to replace the retiring Congressman Jerry Nadler, who represents New York's 12th congressional district. In a video announcing his campaign, the Democrat focused on affordability while criticizing President Trump.
And we have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, rollover investigation. Details on those involved in that accident that took place Tuesday in Sussex County.
Also, determined to defend state title, how Cesar Rodney's boys soccer team earned their way back to the championship game for a second year in a row. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
We salute Earl Croswell, a proud U.S. Marine and dedicated Delaware State policeman who served his country and community with courage and honor. Beyond his uniform, Earl was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather whose love and integrity touched all who knew him. His steadfast service and family legacy continue to inspire deep respect and gratitude.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Good Wednesday morning, Delmarva. It's a chilly, dry start to our day as we take a live look into Ocean City. 43 degrees there, sunrise at 6:40 this morning. Away from the coast, a little chillier. We're at 33, Redden 34 in Harrington, and we're at 33 in Salisbury. The good news is we have a southwest wind this morning, so we're not dealing with those lower 20 wind chills like we had yesterday. We had some moisture, but that didn't reach the surface overnight. We're looking at highs today, generally in the mid to upper 50s under wall-to-wall sunshine. We will see wind gusts out of the southwest as high as 25, 30 miles an hour throughout the afternoon. And if you didn't get a chance to see the northern lights last night, I think we'll have another opportunity this evening just after sunset as we expect another very strong solar storm to hit Earth later on today. And we expect that K index is at a severe 8. So see some good viewing later on today. So check that out as that sun sets. We'll talk more about the sunny, dry weather. Your 7-day forecast is just minutes away. Matt.
Okay, Chris. Delaware State Police say a 20-year-old Frankfort man is facing felony drug and gun charges following a probation and parole search. It was at the home of Malachi Mahon. This is the area that you see on your screen. Police say it was located on Frankfort Avenue, and troopers say that during the search they found drugs, drug paraphernalia, a handgun, and also a child was in the home at the time. State police say Mahon is facing a number of charges, including endangering the welfare of a child. We have more on this right now on our article on CoastTV.com.
A car rolled over on its side Tuesday after an accident at the intersection of Westline Road and Muskrat Town Road in Selbyville. If you take a look at your screen now, you can see pictures of the crash. The Selbyville Volunteer Fire Company assisted the Roxana Volunteer Fire Company. They say multiple power lines were down around and on the car with someone trapped inside. The fire company says the person was removed and transported to a local hospital.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Is there anything better than a championship game rematch for another title? Honestly, there probably is, but the list isn't long. Anyways, a rematch is on the docket for the Delaware Boys Soccer Division I championship game on Saturday. Meet competitor number 1, Caesar Rodney. The Riders are the reigning state title holders. Last night, Caesar Rodney punched its ticket to the finals with a 3-1 win over St. George's Tech. The Riders actually trailed 1-0 at one point, but senior Axel Jackson led the comeback with 2 goals of his own. Fellow senior Jamal Richards tacked on the third. Salesianum gets a chance at revenge for last year's championship loss to Caesar Rodney. The Sallies seem to be hungry. Last night, Salesianum defeated Sussex Central 6-0 in the other semifinal. Brian Perez Herrera scored twice. Chase Esser also had a brace, and Brady Esser notched a goal and an assist. So the rematch is set. Saturday, 3 o'clock, Dover High School. That'll do it for sports. Have a great Wednesday, folks.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 8:30. Dover hosts Smyrna in girls basketball. Then it's the final score at 10:30.
Now for the latest on upcoming films, including the first look at the new Toy Story movie. David Daniel has a trio of previews in today's Hollywood Minute.
Hi there, I'm LilyPad. Let's play!
New tech has the old toys fearing for their futures in the first teaser trailer for Toy Story 5. The new film in the iconic animated franchise is due in theaters June 19th.
How do you live?
Well, I live with the confidence if I believe in myself, the money will follow.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Maybe it should.
It's fame and fortune or bust for Timothy Chalamet in the latest trailer for Marty Supreme. He plays a young man in 1950s New York determined to do whatever it takes to become a table tennis champion. The sports drama from director Josh Safdie opens in theaters December 25th.
Dogs are very sensitive to anything that throws their routine, like
A breakup.
You take Merv is depressed because we broke off.
Merv stars Zooey Deschanel and Charlie Cox as exes whose attempts to cheer up their shared dog just might bring them back together again. The Canine Connection rom-com debuts December 10th on Prime Video. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign-up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Well, don't forget the sunglasses today. Plenty of sunshine through the morning and afternoon as we get those temperatures up into the mid to upper 50s through the afternoon. It'll be a bit on the breezy side. We'll continue those breezy conditions into tomorrow as well. I'll have details on how long the dry weather sticks around next.
A live look at Salisbury. And Chris, you're not tracking anything warm today by any means, but a little nicer than the blustery conditions we had yesterday.
Yeah, it felt like December yesterday. We had highs in the lower to mid 40s, wind chills in the 20s. Not going to have that today, so a step in the right direction, but it is a chilly start for some of us this morning. We're at 31 in Willards, 33 in Harrington and Redden, a little milder at the coast where we're at 41 in Bethany Beach. It's thanks to a southwest wind, and that is helping us this morning a bit. Not going to see the lower 20 wind chills like we had yesterday morning. We had a little moisture overnight. None of that hit the surface as the atmosphere is so dry over the peninsula. Some snow showers there across the Poconos and upstate New York. Cold front back off to the west will be pushing through tonight, but the front's not really going to provide us with any moisture as that system pushes across the east. We do have small craft advisories up through 6 o'clock Thursday for the Delaware coast for winds as high as 25-30 miles an hour. That small craft advisory is across the southern portion of the peninsula. That is up through 8 a.m. on Thursday, and then along the bay that runs through about 6 a.m. tomorrow. We are at 33 right now in Salisbury. Plenty of sunshine. Sunrise 6:40 this morning. We'll be up to 47 by around 9. Highs today 57 Harrington to 57 in Seaford, 59 in Easton to 57 in Cambridge. Salisbury 57, and we'll see a high of 59 in Chicotee. So the southwest winds will continue through the afternoon, clear skies. As the front comes through, the winds will shift out of the west-northwest. Will fall upper 30s to lower 40s tonight. A few degrees lower tomorrow. We'll be in the lower to mid 50s, but a sunny, dry day, a bit more windy, and then we're looking at temperatures in the lower to mid 30s as we begin the day on Friday. So the winds today anywhere from about 20 to 30 out of the southwest, and as that front pushes through, the winds will shift more out of the northwest into tomorrow. So a blusterier day tomorrow, but still sunny and dry as we continue this nice stretch of weather with high pressure building in through the area. Average high is 60. We're going to be above that as we go into the second half of the weekend. The weekend not going to be a washout by any means. Partly sunny skies Saturday. Could see a late shower Saturday night into Sunday as a weak clipper system pushes through the region. So we stay rather unsettled into Sunday, but not a complete washout of a day. Can't rule out a spotty shower there, but a milder day. And then behind the front, we cool down back into the 50s. We're at 57 degrees today, a breezy afternoon, 38 overnight, not as cold, 55 for our Thursday under mostly sunny sky. We'll continue the sunshine into Friday as well. 56 for your Saturday. Partly sunny skies, that late shower chance into Saturday night. We keep the shower chance in play for Sunday, not a complete washout of a day. And then we cool back down to the lower 50s in early next week. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. And these current weather conditions are especially difficult for people who don't have somewhere to call home or somewhere warm to sleep at night. And certain shelters like Code Purple aren't open yet.
Yeah, Coast TV photojournalist Matt Hipson shows us how Code Purple volunteers are stepping up as the weather gets cold and how you can help.
200 people taking care of 28 guests. It's a lot, right? But I think we're doing the right thing, and I believe we're doing God's work. I believe that we're all called to take care of the least of us, right? So Matthew 25:40 is we live and breathe it. Whatever you do for the least of us, you do for me. So that's what we're doing here. That's what Code Purple's all about.
What it meant to me was the people that were caring and listen to you and help you out, and just a friend. I mean, after me and my friend got our apartment, we are still friends with these women volunteers that helped us out.
The night captain is responsible for overseeing the evening hosts. The evening hosts are the folks that are actually staying overnight and being the supervisor on site for the shelters, whether it be at St. Jude's or at St. Lutheran's Church.
The association makes a deal. We need clothing, hats, gloves, and scarves gently used. We need socks and underwear that's new in the package. People don't like to put underwear on unless it's in the package. And we need shelf-stable foods. We have a QR code for an Amazon wish list.
Hood Purple shelters open December 1st in Delaware. The time is now 5:52 a.m. and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
How about this guy right here? Today's coastal pet celebrating a birthday this month. On your screen is Henry. Henry will be 12 on November 19th, and Henry was submitted to us by Lorraine in Lewis.
Happy early birthday, Henry. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos and tell us what makes them so special if you take a look at your screen now.
That's where the QR code is. Scan that, get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It's a chilly start to our Wednesday on Delmarva with temperatures in the 30s on our way to highs in the mid to upper 50s. Wall-to-wall sunshine. Notice the southwest winds. They'll be gusting upwards of 25, 30 miles an hour. See the northern lights again this evening, so check that out. Head on out there just after sunset. We're looking at sunny skies that continue Thursday, Friday with highs in the mid to upper 50s, and then we're looking at a rather nice weekend. We start the weekend off 56 degrees, partly sunny skies, and then we'll see a chance of a shower late Saturday through Sunday, up to 66 on Sunday. So that's going to be the mildest day over the next 10, and then behind that front, we'll see temperatures drop back into the lower to mid 50s, but even with the rain chances over the weekend, looking pretty nice here over the next 10 days. Not looking at any significant storm opportunities or significant rain chances. We do need the rain. In fact, some parts of Delmarva are actually in a moderate drought. So we're going to need some rain at some point here, but I think the patterns are going to change later on in the month. But overall, like I said, sunny week continues here on Delmarva.
I think a lot of people are planning their outdoor Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Are they?
I know you aren't, but I think a lot of people are looking for those nice mild days outside to get their lights up.
Mm-hmm. Friday will be a good day. Not as windy, sunny.
Friday's the pick of the week.
I will note that maybe I will consider the possibility of doing some Christmas decorations. All right, coming up in our next hour, moving forward to stop. That's what some Millsboro officials are asking Deldot to do, why they say it will improve traffic flow and safety. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.